My mother forced my 7-year-old daughter to sell her favorite toys at a farmer's market as punishment for refusing to give her doll to her cousin. "Bring me money. Then you can have dinner," she said. My sister bought that doll for $1 and gave it to the same cousin as a gift. When I found out, I didn't shout. I took action. 19 hours later, their lives started falling apart. The business trip dropped on me like a bad punchline. My boss called and said, "We need you in Denver tomorrow." Because apparently, I have no family, no child, and no need for oxygen or basic human preparation. My husband was overseas, so the choice was either tank a major project or leave my kid with someone. Well, almost someone. I called my mother. Not because I wanted to. We've never exactly been a hug and cookies kind of duo, but she was the only person who could stay at our place for a week. I wasn't expecting warmth. Just food, bedtime, and basic survival. We already had cameras around the house, mostly for security. Mom didn't know about them. If she had, she probably would have behaved better. Then again, maybe not. Friday went fine. I called that evening. Everything sounded normal. Sophie told me Grandma made lunch and let her watch old cartoons. I actually relaxed for a second. Everything's fine, I told myself. Because I'm an adult. Responsible. Calm. Cold, if needed. Saturday. I buried myself in work and didn't call until late. Sophie sounded a little down, but didn't complain. "I'm fine, Mom." "We were cleaning?" "Yeah. Grandma said I did great." That raised a flag. If my mother is handing out compliments, there's always a guillotine nearby. But I told myself not to overthink it. Cleaning's not a war crime. I checked the cameras for a second. Living room, kitchen, all quiet. Closed the laptop. Went back to work. Now I know, Saturday was when my sister Diana came over with her daughter Leah. And that's when everything started unraveling. But I didn't watch that footage that night. Sunday was chaos. Meetings, deadlines, coffee on repeat. By the time I got back to the hotel, it was almost 11. Dead tired. I called home. Mom answered, calm as a cat. "It's late." "She's asleep. Don't worry. Everything's under control," and I fell for it. Took a shower, got into bed, opened my phone. Habit. Check emails before sleep. There it was. A message from Claire. She's a friend. Sometimes helps with Sophie when I'm stuck at work. Subject line. "I saw Sophie today." I opened it. "Laura, I'm sorry if this isn't my place, but I saw Sophie at the farmer's market today. She was selling her toys. She said her grandma told her to, so she wouldn't be greedy. She looked really sad. I bought a few of her favorites and promised to give them back. I even took a short video. I couldn't just walk away. I'm sorry if I'm overstepping, but it broke my heart." I read it 3 times. The word selling refused to make sense. I opened the attachment. The video was shaky, filmed on a phone. My daughter stood there, shoulders hunched, beside a box with a handwritten sign. "Toys, $1." She was clutching her favorite doll, whispering to it. People walked by, some smiled, some bought something. She thanked them softly, barely moving her lips. Then Diana appeared in the frame, smiling the way only someone can when they know they're being cruel and enjoying it. Leah was with her. Leah pointed at the doll. "I want that one." Sophie pulled it closer, and without blinking, Diana pulled out $1 and said loudly, "Well, now you're sharing." "Good girl." She yanked the doll right out of Sophie's hands. Then Mom showed up from the side and said, "Finally learning something." She took the crumpled bills from Sophie's hand. "See? You earned your dinner. Not so bad, is it?" Sophie lowered her head and wiped her eyes with her sleeve. The video ended there. I didn't sleep all night. At first, I just stared at the screen. Then I opened the home cameras and watched everything. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Trying to find the exact moment I failed as a mother. On Saturday's footage, I saw it. Diana's visit. At first, it looked harmless. The girls were playing with that same doll, pink dress, curly hair, the Christmas gift Sophie adored. Then Leah announced she wanted to take the doll home just for a day. Sophie said no, calmly. No drama. Just no. Leah started yelling that she was selfish, tried to grab the doll, and by the time Mom and Diana ran in, both girls were screaming, pulling it in opposite directions. "What's going on here?" Mom barked. Leah burst into tears. "I just wanted to play with the doll, and she won't share." "She's greedy." Mom turned to Sophie. "You have so much, and you can't share one doll?" "You need to learn generosity." Sophie stood there, red-faced, eyes full of tears. "She wanted to take it forever." "Quiet," Mom snapped. "Even if she did." "You're spoiled rotten. You've got more toys than you can count. Not everyone's as lucky as your parents. Some people can't even afford food." Diana gave that smug little laugh of hers. "Exactly." Just like her mother, selfish. That's when Mom grabbed a box of toys and started tossing them into a bag. "Fine. Since you don't know how to share, you'll sell these tomorrow. Maybe then you'll learn how money works. Go earn your own. And stop crying. This isn't pain. It's shame." Sophie whispered through tears. "Mom won't let me." "Your mom doesn't teach you real life." Mom cut her off. "Tomorrow morning, you'll take this box and go. Bring me money. Then you can have dinner." My head started pounding. Black dots flickered in front of my eyes. I had to stop the video, drink some water, breathe. Then I hit play again. Saturday's footage was done. I switched to Sunday morning. Grandma was holding the box. She opened the front door and said, $5. Don't come back until you earn it." They walked out. The door shut behind them. That night, they came back. Grandma dumped the crumpled bills onto the table, counted them, then spooned food onto a plate. "There. Now you can eat." Maybe you'll understand how hard money is to make. Sophie sat hunched over, silent, chewing slowly. I stared at the screen, and it hit me. This was my kitchen, my table, and a woman I used to call Mom was tormenting my child in it, while I sat hundreds of miles away pretending I had no choice. But I did, and I was done pretending. The decision came easy, too easy. I opened the airline's website and bought the first ticket home. Next flight out tomorrow morning. Then I emailed my boss. "Family emergency. I'm leaving." Didn't ask permission, just told them. They'd survive without me. My kid wouldn't. I opened the door quietly and froze. From the kitchen, I heard my mother's voice. "Write neatly. This is a lesson. Read what you wrote." The hallway smelled like overcooked vegetables and something slightly burnt. Then I heard a small, shaky voice. My daughter's. "I'm sorry, Aunt Diana, for not sharing my toys and for upsetting Leah." I stepped closer. Sophie sat at the table, staring down at a sheet of paper covered in wobbly letters. My mom hovered over her like a school teacher punishing a bad student. "What the hell is going on here?" I asked quietly. Mom turned, startled, but recovered fast. "Oh, look who's back," she said dryly. "Teaching your daughter some responsibility." Someone has to, since her mother's always at work. "Responsibility?" I picked up the paper. "You call this responsibility? You're making her apologize for not giving away her own doll. That's not discipline. That's cruelty." I tried to keep my voice steady, not to scare Sophie. Mom frowned. "How do you even know about the doll?" "Sophie, come here, sweetheart," I said. She looked up. Her eyes were red, her little nose blotchy. Then she jumped off the chair and ran to me, clinging to my waist. I kissed her head. "It's okay, baby." "I'm here." Then I saw it. A trash bag on the floor, half full of toys. Taped to it, a handwritten note. For kids who don't have toys. "What the hell is this supposed to be?" I asked. Mom answered in that same calm, icy tone. I'm trying to teach your child something. Generosity, for example. So she's supposed to give away all her toys? Not all. Just the extras, she snapped. She's turning selfish. Everything's about her, Mom, I said, trying to keep my temper. Since when does teaching to share mean humiliating a child? She flared up instantly. Humiliating? Are you kidding me? I'm teaching her respect. She's growing up like a little princess. Everything handed to her. Someone had to do what you clearly can't. And making her sell her toys on the street. That's your idea of parenting? I asked, staring straight at her. Her eyes narrowed. Where did you get that from? I saw it. Saw what? Everything, I said. There are cameras here, Mom. And I've seen the video from the market, too. She went pale. You were spying on me? You don't trust me? Apparently, for good reason. The cameras have been here for months. You just didn't know. She tried to laugh it off, but it came out ugly. God, you're paranoid. Cameras, surveillance. Unbelievable. Yeah, I said. A paranoid woman who now knows exactly how you and Diana treated my daughter. Mom went silent for a beat, then said sharply, I was trying to help. She needed a little lesson. You didn't teach her, I said. You degraded her. You fed your ego at her expense? Mom's face flushed. She clutched her chest like she always does when she wants sympathy. You twist everything. Somehow I'm always the villain with you. This time? Yeah, I said. Because this time, it's on camera. She turned away, muttering, There's no point talking to you. Then, the doorbell. Short, sharp. Mom let out a dramatic sigh, like rescue had just arrived. Oh, perfect timing. That must be your sister Diana stepped in, wearing her fake surprise face. Oh, Laura! You're home already? Her smile didn't even try to reach her eyes. Where's my daughter's doll? She froze, looked at Mom. What doll? The one you took from Sophie. Give it back. Now Diana's eyes darted to Mom again, looking for backup. Mom pointed at me like a prosecutor. She knows everything! She was watching us. Cameras everywhere. Diana flushed bright red. The doll's with Leah, she mumbled. She's sleeping with it. Then bring it tomorrow, I said. I'll wait. Till then, get out. Mom stiffened, chin lifting like she was leading a parade. You're kicking us out? When you needed help, it was all Mommy, please, and now it's get out? I smiled thinly. With help like yours, who needs enemies? We were trying to do what's best, Diana snapped. Mom squared her shoulders. Fine. We'll leave. Enjoy your little spy house. Gladly, I said. Just make it quick. Mom took forever to pack her things, yelling the whole time about how ungrateful I was. Eventually, the door slammed behind them, and the house went quiet. Sophie looked at me, uncertain. Grandma said I'm bad, she whispered. She said I'm greedy. That I'll make you sad. And you believed her? They took my toys. Even the teddy bear said I didn't deserve them, and they told me not to tell you on the phone, so you wouldn't get upset. I sat down beside her. Listen to me. What they did was wrong. She bit her lip, silent. Taking away something you love just to teach you a lesson isn't discipline, I said. It's cruelty. But Grandma said Grandma was wrong. Adults get things wrong too, you know. She sniffled. I just didn't want Leah to take my doll. She said she'd bring it home. I know. And you had every right to say no. That's when she finally broke. Full on crying, face buried in my shoulder. They said I eat their food and don't do anything. Perfect, I said. Then tonight, you've earned dinner for two. She gave a wet little laugh. What about Teddy? Tomorrow we'll go see Claire and get him back. Then we're getting ice cream. Really? Really. After dinner, she fell asleep on my lap. I just sat there, afraid to move. From exhaustion, from tenderness, probably both. I watched her tiny face and thought, how the hell did we get here? Sometimes, to understand how deep the madness goes, you have to trace it back to where it began. Diana and I never started from the same line. She was the golden one. Sweet. Ladylike. A real girl. I was the difficult one. With a temper, as Mom put it. Translation: inconvenient. When we were kids, Dad was still around. He'd sit behind his newspaper while Mom handed out verdicts. If Diana cried, I got blamed for upsetting her. If I cried, I got told to stop being dramatic. Fair and balanced, by Mom's standards. Then Dad died, quietly, unexpectedly, when I was 16, and whatever balance there was collapsed completely. Diana became fragile, in need of support. Don't burden her. And me? I was the strong one, meaning no one had to care. So I handled everything myself. College, side jobs, first apartment, all me. Then came marriage. Tom and I never lived fancy, but we were solid. He's an engineer. Always on the road, sometimes overseas. I work project-based, permanent deadlines. We got lucky. Good jobs, stable income, a nice house, a kid in a great school. In our family, love was never measured in money, unless you asked my mother. To her, financial stability was a personal insult. She liked to joke, "You two got spoiled by your comfortable little life." I used to laugh. Now I know. She wasn't joking. To her neighbors, she'd brag, "Laura's independent. She doesn't need anyone." It sounded almost like an accusation. Diana, on the other hand, always needed saving. Bad marriage, bad job, bad nerves, and Mom was always there. I was the backup donor, the one you call when you need a blood transfusion, not a hug. I got used to it, filed it under family quirks. Like an old scar that doesn't bleed anymore but still aches in bad weather. I helped them all, financially, emotionally, logistically. Mom, Diana, even Diana's sickly dog. They never said thank you. It was just expected. Then 2 months ago, I said no once, and the world fell apart. They'd decided, Mom, Diana, and little Leah, to rent a beach house for a week. A little break. Didn't invite me. Just sent me the cost breakdown, like it was my bill to pay. I told them I couldn't swing it right now. Tax season, the AC had just died. Replacing it was like buying a car on credit, and school fees were coming up. I even offered to pay part of it. Mom got offended, said I was always full of excuses, then hung up. After that, things went cold. No fights, no yelling, just cold. And like an idiot, I thought it would blow over. It didn't. They decided to take it out on my daughter, a 7-year-old kid. But now I know one thing for sure. No one touches her again. Not under the excuse of teaching, not out of spite. Not for a lesson. This time, it ends here. The next evening we went to Claire's. Sophie held my hand the whole way, like she was afraid I'd disappear again. Claire was already waiting for us. The toys were packed neatly in a bag, and the teddy bear, her favorite, sat on the couch, a little dusty, bow slightly crooked, but safe. Sophie hugged him so tightly it made my eyes sting. "Thank you," I told Claire. "For everything." "Oh, please." She waved it off. "I'm just glad I could help." Back home, I opened my laptop and finally did what I should have done years ago. I wasn't angry anymore, just clear. Mom got $800 a month from me. For groceries and utilities. I also paid her homeowner's insurance, her supplemental health plan, and part of a renovation loan that somehow turned into who knows what. Diana got $300. Just until I find a stable job. We were 4 years into that arrangement, plus her gym membership, Leah's dance classes, $120 a month. And then there were all the little things, a new washing machine, a microwave. Add it all up, and I was dropping over $2,000 a month. My own private charity, the Idiot Family Fund. I used to think that if I stopped helping, I'd be a bad person. Now I know. Bad people aren't the ones who stop paying. They're the ones who stay silent while their kid gets humiliated. I opened my bank app. Click. Cancel transfer to mom. Click. Delete Diana's template. Click. Unlink my card from Leah's dance school. Each click felt like a gunshot. Quiet. Precise. Strangely satisfying. When I was done, I actually felt lighter. I typed a single message, one for both of them. Starting this month, I'm ending financial support. Take care of yourselves. No explanations, no apologies, just a period. 10 minutes later, my phone started ringing. Mom. I ignored it. Then Diana. Then Mom again. Text after text started popping up. Have you lost your mind? We're family. After everything I've done for you? Everything she'd done for me ended about 30 years ago. I turned the sound off and washed my face. The mirror showed a woman who finally picked a side. Not theirs, not neutral. Her own. Then I called Tom. He could tell from my voice something had happened. I told him everything. What they'd done, what I'd decided. He didn't hesitate. You did the right thing, he said. Should have done it a long time ago. Exactly what I needed to hear. Before bed, Sophie asked, Mom, is Grandma coming back? No, I said. From now on, only good people. She fell asleep hugging her teddy. I sat beside her for a long time, afraid to move. Part exhaustion, part peace. In the past few days, I'd lost a lot. Illusions, calm, half my family. But I gained something more important. Boundaries. Now I have a home where no one teaches generosity through humiliation, and a daughter who finally laughs again. As for the rest, just noise. I turned the volume off. I spoke too soon when I told Sophie Grandma wasn't coming back. She showed up the next day, with Diana. Diana held out the doll, like a peace offering. We're just here to return the toy, Mom said from the doorway, not even bothering with hello. I stood there, blocking the entrance, then hand it over and leave. Diana lifted the doll like a flag of truce. We come in peace, Laura. Don't start. She shoved the doll into my hands. Here, your precious Justice. And just like that, they brushed past me, walking inside like they still owned the place. Mom scanned the room, taking it all in, like she was checking for dust. So, what's your goal here? She said finally. You want to tear the family apart? Teaching your kid to kick out her own blood? I'm teaching her not to let anyone humiliate her, I said. Even if it's family doing it. Oh, for God's sake! Diana rolled her eyes. You're so dramatic. We were just trying to show her that things aren't what matters. No, I said. You were trying to prove you still get to decide what's right for me. And for her, Mom threw up her hands. Fine. We lived without your money before. We'll survive again. Then what's the problem? I asked calmly. Go ahead and survive. That hit her. The color drained from her face, like she'd finally realized I meant it. Diana stepped forward. You're really gonna leave us with nothing? Mom still has her loan, and I have a child to feed. You're both adults. You'll figure it out. Mom got sick after your text last night. She almost ended up in the ER. Then she should use that insurance I paid 3 months ahead, I said. You're welcome. Mom's voice softened, trembling on cue. I didn't mean any harm. I'm just tired. You've gotten so cold. Cold? I smiled. No, I just stopped burning myself to keep you warm. Now please, leave. Mom sat down dramatically, hand to her chest. Unbelievable. Your own mother, thrown out by her daughter. I stayed silent. We lie awake at night, wondering how to make ends meet, she went on. And you just erase us. A single tear rolled down her cheek. Theatrical, perfect timing. I looked at her and felt nothing but recognition. That wasn't pain. It was a performance. Then Diana exploded. You're making Mom cry. Who else does she have? You're heartless. We took care of your kid, and this is how you repay us? Mom let out a loud sigh and clutched her chest again. My head's spinning. Must be my blood pressure. My heart's acting up. Funny, I said. Your blood pressure only spikes when things don't go your way. She straightened up, all traces of weakness gone. Her eyes turned sharp. I'll tell everyone what you've done. How you threw out your mother, left her penniless. I'll write to your work, to our relatives. I reached for my phone, calm. And I'll show everyone this, I said. The video where you tell a 7-year-old she doesn't get dinner unless she makes $5 selling her toys. Silence. I hit play. I'd edited together the worst moments from different days. No commentary needed. By the end, Diana looked pale. Mom's face hardened. You're bluffing, she hissed. I tapped send. No bluff. You've got mail. Full HD. And if you start spreading lies or go near Sophie again, I'll send it to the police. And to Leah's school. Let's see how CPS feels about your parenting style. The air went thick, syrupy, heavy, suffocating. Mom jumped up like she'd been stung. Fine. Live alone then. Without family, without conscience. Gladly, I said. And with a clean one. The door slammed behind them. Sophie peeked out from her room. Mom, are they gone? Yeah, I said. They're not coming back. She came over, hugging me tight, teddy bear squished between us. So now it's just the 3 of us? 4, I said, ruffling her hair. Teddy counts. She giggled. A few hours later, Diana texted. Only a monster would threaten to humiliate her own mother and sister and cut them off in hard times. I texted back one line. You humiliated yourselves? They never wrote again. A month later, I heard Mom sold her car. It was old anyway, she told people. Diana picked up a second job at a pharmacy, nights and weekends, to keep paying for Leah's dance classes. Her gym membership expired and stayed that way. A year later, Mom sold her house. Apparently, she told everyone I'd abandoned her and that the bills were too much alone. No surprise. Without my help, the insurance and upkeep probably crushed her. She rented a small apartment near Diana's. Now they've got each other, and a shared hobby of complaining about my greed and betrayal. Sometimes acquaintances ask carefully, so, you don't talk to them anymore? I smile. Oh, we talk. Quietly. Every time I remember what they did to my daughter at home, things are peaceful. Sophie's growing. Steady, confident. Not afraid someone will make her earn her meals again. She laughs now. The other day she drew a picture of a house. Bright, pink shutters, big sun above it. This is ours, she said. And I told her she was right. Sometimes I wonder, maybe I went too far. Maybe I should have forgiven, tried to explain. Then I picture Sophie standing by that box of toys, eyes red, clutching her doll. And I know, no, I did the right thing. What do you think? Was I right? Or should I have done something different? Let me know in the comments. And if this story hit close to home, subscribe to the channel. There are plenty more stories like this, about mothers who protect their children, even when the whole world tells them not to.